Welcome to Study Room TV. I'm so happy to have you on board. In today's Teen Talk workshop, I want us to discuss about how teens can deal with bullying effectively. So join me in. Thank you so much for the parents and participants that have always subscribed to our Teen Talk Google Meet workshop. You've been part of this ever-growing family. Allow me to read some of the motivating comments we keep on getting as your feedback. The first one is, after what I have experienced with my girl, we must equip the students before sending them out there. Some kids can be so mean to the fellows. Another parent said, "Good morning and thanks. I will definitely register her. I know the benefits of these programs. My child has had tremendous improvement since subscribing." Another one said, "Thank you, Mr. Otieno, for the season, for the sessions. My girl is motivated. God bless you." See, these are the kinds of feedbacks that keeps us moving and making sure that we give you the best of the best. But I know you might be wondering, Otieno, what is the name? Who is Otieno? Otieno, my name is Otieno Mjomba, and I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a teacher and a media and PR practitioner. So just to start us off, based on the video that you are watching, bullying is the most common form of violence in society. It doesn't matter if you are a student or not. Everyone has a role in the prevention of school bullying, and most people have directly or indirectly participated in, witnessed, or experienced some form of bullying in schools. Data sets from the World Health Organization backed global school-based student health survey indicate that violence among the adolescents in Kenya is highly widespread in schools. The survey, collaborative surveillance project with the United States Center for Disease Control, CDC, ranks Kenya among the countries with the highest level of bullying. These are the countries with the prevalence rates of between 43% and 74% among adolescents aged between 13 and 17 years, reporting being the target of bullying at least once in 2 months. Bullying in schools in Kenya stands at 57% for students who are bullied on one or more days in a month. And in Western Kenya, the percentage of students bullied on one or more days in a month is about 66%, against the national level of 57%. Surprisingly, bullying intensity in Kenya has no gender preference, as the vice is also widespread among adolescent female students. WHO's bullying dataset among girls in the country stand at 57.4% of students who are bullied on one or more days in a month. It's also important to understand that bullying in adolescents male was found at a particular time when research was done by David N. Mdete and his team. They found out that bullying in adolescents was more common in Africa at the rate of 49.8% as compared to 30% in Europe. Among females, bullying was found to be 46.3% in Africa compared to 24.6% in Europe. With this information that we are having, it is important to know where bullying takes place. Where do bullying take place? Bullying takes place in different areas, and the statistics that we have here clearly makes it even grimmer. That 42% of students that were interviewed at a particular time say that 42% of them have ever experienced bullying along the hallway or stairwell at school. 34% says that bullying took place inside the classroom, while 22% said that bullying took place at the cafeteria. 19% said that it happened outside on school ground, while 10% said that the bullying that happened in school bus. 9% says that said that it happened in the bathroom, locker room, or even in dormitories. So with this set of data, it's also important to understand about how is bullying related to gender. Boys engage in bullying behavior and are victims of bullies more frequently than girls, although this difference decreases when considering indirect aggression. While boys typically engage in direct bullying methods, girls who bully are more likely to utilize more subtle and indirect strategies, such as spreading rumors and enforcing social isolation, as we are going to find out later on the different types of bullies. Girls bullies therefore set out to disrupt social relationship with indirect forms of bullying. Further, girls tend to bully girls, while boys bully both boys and girls. If you are watching the program and you are yet to subscribe, please pause and go back to subscribe button and press it. Blessing upon blessing to follow you through. Now, bullying in school. Bullying in school. Bullying in school is a worldwide problem that can negatively impact the general school climate and a student's right to attend school safely and free of fear. Bullying, in definition, refers to repeated oppression, either physical or psychological, of a less powerful person by a more powerful person or group. The essential ingredient being a power imbalance that makes possible the ill treatment of a victim. In many countries, bullying has been associated with more serious violent behaviors, such as weapon carrying, frequent fighting, verbal and physical abuse, and coercion or force. Bullying must meet certain requirements for it to be considered as bullying, and that means there must be a malintent. Was the intention right or wrong? There must be imbalance of power. Powerful person, the less powerful person with the more powerful person. There must be repeatedness. Is this happening for the first time, or it is something that has kept on being repeated? Is it eustress or distress? If it is distress, then it is a sign of bullying. And is it a provocation to you? School bullying may occur either in school, on campus, or outside of school, but it is due to relationships created in school settings. However, before digging deep into all this, there was the data that we talked about on what is happening in Western Kenya, with Western Kenya having the highest prevalence rate of bullying in schools. These are associated to cultural links. Whereas in most countries, bullying is being discouraged from all sides and more so within the education system. In Africa and in Kenya in particular, the vice is often tolerated from cultural and societal standpoint of view. According to UNICEF, there are indicators that some forms of violence in Africa, be it violent discipline in the home, bullying in school, or intimate partner violence among adolescents, are deeply rooted in cultural beliefs. So you will find that in this particular region, sometimes the sociocultural aspects play a major role in what bullying in what bullying is and how it is happening in this particular region. So you find that in some parts of this Western nation or Western Kenya, there are those communities that fighting is taken as a form of enjoyment. And there is a dry joke that goes that indicates that in one of the sub tribes in Western Kenya, it is not right if a man stays for long without fighting a lady. So take a look at such a situation, and you take it now to an environment where someone has joined a school, and this is a lady. And in this particular community, they believe that fighting is a show of love. What will happen to the person? Definitely, they will be provocative to try and make sure that um, they show their sense of love by provoking the fights. So cultural links are playing a major role in bullying. And according to study conducted by David Ndetei, professor of psychiatry at the University of Nairobi, bullying is more prevalent in national schools than other categories of school. Ndetei attributes the problem of bullying in national schools to the mixture of students admitted there coming from all over the country with diverse socio-cultural backgrounds and often lacking culture and social homogeneity enjoyed by other schools. So what makes a bully? We would like to find out what really makes a bully. What makes a bully? And school bullies tend to share common traits. And these common traits are aggressiveness, being dominant, slightly lower than average intelligence and reading ability, being of average school popularity. Many suggest that bullies may have poor social skills, have low empathy levels, and can be uncooperative. So, after understanding what makes a bully, it is important to know how to notice bullying. So, how do you notice bullying? Have you ever been bullied? How did you notice bullying? Maybe you've never been, but how do you notice that this person has been bullied or this person is being bullied? One is that the person will be be called nasty names, or you might find that the belongings have been taken. Lies will be told about oneself and nasty tricks played on oneself. You might be blackmailed or even threatened or even beaten up or hit. At times, you might find a student refuse to play with you, or others refuse to be your friends. Some students will tell untrue or nasty stories about you, while others will deliberately spoil your games. So, when you start seeing this happening either to you or to your friends, then understand that you are being bullied. And more so, if this keeps on happening day in, day out, then that is a red flag that you must really, really be keen on. However, there are signs that you have to check to know if your friend is a victim of bullying. Signs you are bullying victim. Signs that your friend is a victim of bullying. Not all children will display signs they are being bullied, but here are some things you can look out for. And one of it is injuries that can't be explained, sorry, or that are destroyed or lost personal belongings. You bought some items for your child, and now they are not there. At times, it might be faking of illness or regular stomach aches or headaches. This day is colder, then most of the weekend, Saturday, Sunday mostly, you will start experiencing, he will or she will start experiencing stomach ache or headache. That is just in preparation for Monday. If these are border and schools have been closed, the day of going back, you will find that there are a lot of fake illnesses. Eating habits might change. Nightmares or trouble sleeping might come in. At times, you might find the child not wanting to attend schools, or even the grades dropping, or a reduction in enthusiasm for schoolwork. At times, the child might avoid social situations or a sudden lack of friends. If you see a child with a decreased self esteem or feeling helplessness, then that child might be a victim of bullying. Behavior like self harming, running away from home, or talking about suicide are red flags that we must be keen about. So, after knowing about signs that your friend is a victim of bullying, you need to know signs that you might be bullying. Because it is not about just the other person, it's also about you. You might be doing it unintentionally. So, are you a bully? If you are doing or practicing this, if you are doing or practicing this, then you are a bully. 1. These are the telltale signs to check. Getting into verbal or physical fight. When you find that you are getting into physical fights or verbal fights, then you might be a bully. Or when you are associating with teens who are bullies, tell me of your friends and I'll tell you about your character. Then you are a bully. If you have increased aggressive behavior or frequent detention or visit to the principal or head teacher, these are the result of disciplinary measures. Or when you have new belongings or extra money with no explanation where they came from. Or at times you find that you are blaming other teens for their problems, for your problems. Or worrying about how popular you are or how you appear to other people. Or even not taking responsibilities for your actions. You've done something, but you're not empathetic. To you, you don't care. You are a bully, as we are going to see on different types of bullying. So now, characteristics of bullies. How do you notice that these are bullies? Bullies seem to have a need to feel powerful and in control, derive satisfaction from inflicting injury and suffering on others, and have little empathy for their victims, whom they blame for being provocative. Bullies also tend to come from families where physical punishment are used and are taught to defend themselves physically, and where parental involvement and emotional warmth are frequently lacking. They are generally defiant or oppositional towards adults, antisocial, and apt to break school rules. They have little anxiety and strong self esteem. That is why, at a particular time, you might be called to go to school because of your child's behavior, and you are told that the child was bullying a particular one. But instead of the school meting out punitive measures or taking punitive measures or putting into action, putting into punitive measures, the school decides instead to call you, to talk to you. It's as if you are the one who did the act. This is because after assessing every scenario, the school may be found out that the parental involvement and emotional warmth was lacking. So, as a parent who is following this particular program, it is important for you also to understand the role that you play in bullying. It might be an indirect role that brings the beast in your boy or your girl. What about the characteristics of a victim? A victims are typically anxious. You find that if you don't address the issue of bullying, then you will be anxious, you'll be insecure, you will suffer from low self esteem and rarely defend yourself or retaliate. You will lack social skills and most often you will be socially isolated. You will tend to be close to your parent most of the time, and your parents in return will be overprotective. This can also mean that you'll be physically weaker than your peers. Bullying is bad both to a bully and to a victim. So after knowing the characteristic of both bully and victim, then it is important to understand different types of bullying. So what are the different types of bullying? There are around almost 5 different types of bullying, and the first one is direct bullying and indirect bullying. Direct bullying is different from indirect bullying, as direct bullying involves direct contact with the one being bullied. This person is there with you. You are seeing the person. Indirect may not. An example of direct bullying would be throwing something at a person or yelling hurtful words at them. An example of indirect bullying might be spreading rumors about a classmate. Remember, the next types of bullying that we are going to talk about can either be clustered into the broader aspect of direct bullying or indirect bullying. One of them is physical bullying. Physical bullying always involves physical contact with the other person. This can mean hand to hand, but can also mean throwing items, tripping, or eliciting others to cause physical harm to a person. Physical bullying causes both short term and long term damages. And so we must look for ways of avoiding all that. The third aspect of third type of bullying is one that is a bit not easy to be noticed. Social bullying or emotional bullying or relational aggression bullying is also referred as covert bullying and is often harder to recognize and can be carried out behind the bullied person's back. It is designed to harm someone's social reputation and or cause humiliation. And social bullying can include lying and spreading rumors, negative facial or physical gestures, menacing or contemptuous looks, playing nasty jokes or to embarrass and humiliate, mimicking unkindly. It can also be encouraging others to social exclude someone. It can also be damaging someone's social reputation or social acceptance. The goal of relationally aggressive bully is to increase their own social standing by controlling or bullying another person. In general, girls tend to use relational aggression more than boys, especially between 15 or between class, that is in primary class 6 to around Form 2. These girls are often called mean girls or frenemies. A teen or twin on the receiving end of relational aggression is likely to be teased, insulted, ignored, excluded, and intimidated. Although relational aggression is common in primary and secondary, and more so the junior secondary, it is not limited to twins. It is important to understand that in fact, some bullying bosses and other workplace bullies also engage in relational aggression. The other type of bullying is sexual bullying. Sexual bullying refers to any sort of bullying done in any manner that is related to a person's gender or even sexuality. Example can include forcing someone to commit intimate acts, making sexual comments, or unwanted touching. Girls are often the target of sexual bullying both by boys and by other girls. Boys might touch them inappropriately, make rude comments about their bodies, or preposition them. You've heard about different, some girls, maybe of your age, and in terms that are late in development. And in the process, you find maybe they lack some of the body parts that might that are supposed to be developed by that particular time. If they are boys, maybe there are some things that are not happening. Pubic hair may be missing, or even the wet dreams. They completely don't know about wet dreams, or maybe they experience wet dream for the first time. So what happened? What happens? The boy may be reported or informed the friends, and now the friend comes publicly to talk about it. That is a form of sexual bullying. There is other bullying that is called verbal bullying, and it includes name calling, insults, teasing, intimidation, homophobic or racist remarks, or verbal abuse. While verbal bullying can start off harmless, it can escalate to levels which start affecting the individual target. The most rampant one, as much as the rest are also happening, this one currently in the 21st century is what is happening almost every day: cyberbullying. Cyberbullying Cyberbullying is an intentional and repeated harm inflicted through the use of computers, phones, and other electronic devices. Cyberbullying can be overt or covert bullying behaviors using digital technologies. Here we are talking about computers, smartphones, softwares such as social media, instant messaging, text, website, and other online platforms. It can happen anytime, anywhere. It can be public or private, and sometimes only known to the target and the person bullying. This can include abusive or hurtful text, emails or posts, images or videos, deliberately excluding others online, nasty gossip or rumors, or even imitating others online or using their logins. So, if by any chance I take your photo and then open a new account using your photo and your details, that is a form of cyberbullying. If I request people to pay to send for me money using your name, that is a form of cyberbullying. So after understanding different types of bullying, it is now time to understand common types of bullying. There are different common types of bullies, not bullying, but bullies. Common types of bullies. And the first one is often the one that you found yourself either in it or not. And this is bully victims. Bully victims often rise up after being bullied. After someone has bullied you, then the next time you want to retaliate, now you've changed from being a bully, from being a victim to a bully. That is now a bully victim. They bully others weaker than them because they too have been bullied, and their goal usually is to regain a sense of power and control in lives. This type of bully is very common. In fact, a large number of teens who bully others have been bullied themselves by peers. Their bullying is a way of retaliating for the pain they are feeling. Other times, the bully victim comes from a home with domestic violence or suffers abuse from an older sibling. In these cases, bullying is a learned behavior. Most bully victims are loners or fall at the bottom of the social ladder at school. This fact adds to the sense of powerlessness and anger they feel. Consequently, they often appear hostile, which can cause them to be unpopular. This in turn perpetuates the cycle of bully victim. The next one is popular bullies. And unlike bully victims, these are the socialites in school, those that are controlling the school. They have big egos. They are confident and condescending. They usually have a group of followers and may feel like they rule the school. These bullies have a sense of entitlement that can stem from their popularity, size, upbringing, or socio-economic status. They thrive on the physical power and control they have over their victims and may boast about their bullying. Popular boys most often bully others through physical acts like pushing someone around, taking their books, or pinning them against lockers. Popular girls are more likely to use relational aggression. They spread rumors, are manipulative, and often exclude others. Popular bullies are sometimes the school stars, athletes, or perceived school leaders. They thrive on the attention and power they get from bullying. Peers often tolerate this type of bully because they would rather be accepted than bullied. If you are familiar with most of the institutions, you've heard of cases of prefects taking the law that to an extra mile, that they are now the law, not enforcing the law. The other type of bullies, relational bullies. Relational bully is a usually somewhat popular student who enjoys deciding who is accepted at school and who isn't. You've heard about school godmothers or school godfathers. You've heard about students that are supposed to be asked, those students that are supposed to take you through the process or the culture of an institution. When you go to any new institution, you find that you're told, go to Nani to help you, to guide you. They take advantage. And how do they take advantage? By excluding you, isolating you, and even ostracizing. Most often, the relational bully will use only verbal or emotional bullying to maintain control. Many times, mean girls are relational bullies. Relational bullies also maintain their power by using rumors, gossip, or even labels and name calling. Typically, they target others because they are jealous or feel they are socially unacceptable. Maintaining popularity is the key reason for relational aggression. The relational bully will do anything to be part of the in crowd. Serial bullies. Now, as the name goes, serial bully is another type of bully often found in popular circles. These bullies are systematic, controlled, and calculated in their approach. Parents, teachers, and administrators may have no idea what a serial bully is capable of. This type of bully appears sweet, charming, charismatic to authority figures, but they can be cold and calculating and tend to inflict emotional pain on their victim over a long period of time. Sometimes serial bullies will use physical bullying, but only if they can be sure they won't be caught. Serial bullies are skilled manipulators and liars and are usually fake friends. Their sweet and nice persona is just another way to manipulate situations to their liking. They are able to twist facts and situations to make themselves look innocent or to get out of trouble when confronted. In fact, serial bullies are often so skilled at deception that their victims often are afraid to speak up, convinced that no one will ever believe them. Take a look at that CU leader or that YCS leader. Take a look at that pastor in your institution. By any chance, or the imam, or by any chance, this person finds himself or herself at a point of bullying you and you report the person, will people trust you or believe you? Now, out of serial bullies comes the group bullies. And this one happens mostly in during functions that we have in and outside the institution. Bullies in this category are part of group and have a pack mentality when they are together. They tend to bully as group but behave much differently when they are alone, even if they are alone with the victim. Usually, group bullies are cliques that imitate the leader of the group and just follow along. Because teens feel insulated when they are in groups, they often feel free to say and do things they won't do otherwise. They also feel less responsible for their actions because everyone is doing it. This is a very dangerous type of bullying because things quickly can escalate out of control. Out goes group bullies and in comes indifferent bullies. And now this is a serious type of bullying of bullies. Indifferent bullies are often unable to feel empathy. As a result, they can often appear cold, unfeeling, and detached, and have very little or if any remorse for what they do to others. This type of bullies, although less common than the other type of bullies, are often the most dangerous. Indifferent bullies are bullying for their sheer enjoyment of seeing another person suffer. They are not deterred by disciplinary actions. Additionally, indifferent bullies are often vicious and have deep psychological problems that can never be addressed by professionals, that can only be addressed by professionals. Traditional bullying intervention does not usually bring about change in their bullying. After all said and done, we now need to understand about effects of bullying. What are the effects of bullying to you as a bully or to you as a victim. Studies have shown strong correlation between children bullying other students during the school years and experiencing legal or criminal troubles as adults. In other words, 60% of the students that are bullies get convicted of a crime by the age of 24. Chronic bullies have difficulties also in development and maintenance of positive relationships. So, victims of bullying fear school as they consider it unsafe, suffer increased isolation, and have increased risk of depression and low self esteem, problems that continue into adulthood. We have to stop bullying. We must stop being victims. And how do we make sure that this happens? Effects of bullying. Ways to stop and prevent child bullying. How do we stop and prevent child bullying? One is by walking away or ignoring the person. Deal with bullying by using the WITS strategy, which stands for walk away, ignore, talk it out, and seek help. The first two strategies are all about removing yourself from the situation. Teens who are intent on bullying often pick teens who are responsive. Responsive because when they do when they pinch you and you cry, it means that you are responsive. If you are walking away to a safer place, you are not talking back or getting upset or crying. You're basically saying that being teased doesn't matter to you. When teens are being cyberbullied, they can walk away or ignore the person who is bullying by logging off the sites where the bullying is happening. Or you can decide not to respond to messages or block the person who is harassing you. Example of netiquette, these are the etiquettes that are found online, include being kind, never posting anything you won't want the entire world to see, and respecting other people's privacy by not sharing private messages. Studies shows that walking away or ignoring reduces bullying by about 20%, and it's sometimes all that is needed to end it entirely. In other cases, though, further action is needed. The second strategy that you need to apply if the first one is not working is talk it out. Talking it out can take various forms. Teens can stand up for themselves or someone else. Have a mediated conversation with the person who is hurting you, or share your feelings with a trusted friend or a family member. If teens feel safe and confident doing so, they can stand up for themselves in the moment by saying something like, "You are hurting my feelings. Why are you picking on me?" This strategy is effective because it turns the tables on the person who is being mean. Nobody wants to be called out. Nobody wants to be embarrassed or told that they are a bad person. However, in the heat of the moment, you can feel overwhelmed, making it incredibly difficult for you to process and act on what is happening. That is where bystanders comes in. Bystanders can also play a pivotal role, and how? Teens who witness bullying can say, "Stop it, leave them alone, or you are being mean." Bullying can stop in 10 seconds or less if somebody intervenes. These are facts. If you've applied walking away or talking out and they have not worked out, then act board. Act board. This means that you need to tell a teen who is bullying you that, you see, at a particular time when you tell them that they are hurting you, that might be an ingredient to spur and encourage them to continue hurting you because that is what they want. So the best way is to act bored. One way of acting bored is assume you are being cyberbullied. So you don't want to walk away. You don't want to talk it out. So give neutral comments in response. That will be one of the best ways of acting bored. Or when the person is hitting you, you walk away. At times you find that you don't want to talk about it. You just walk away without responding. You don't create a fuss out of it. If that is not working, then use humor. There is nothing like laughter to diffuse an intense situation, which is why I encourage you to use humor to show that you are not bothered by bullying. However, it is important to make the right kind of jokes. There is a study that was done in England that found out that children aged between 11 to 13 who used self defeating humor, like putting themselves down, were more likely to be bullied than those who used positive forms of humor, like telling jokes and funny stories. So make sure that the jokes that you're using or humor that you're using are not are not showing that you are self defeated. Oh, now you see, the Jen is just right. I can never be a good actor. I can never sing. That is wrong. If that is not working, the use of humor, you're not humorous enough, then you can seek help. This is the strategies that are advised for every person to use whenever you're facing bullying. Seek help. Teens often can't handle bullying on their own, so it is important for them to know that they can ask adults for help. Normalizing help seeking behavior is the best thing you can do as a teen. Apart from that, you can foster friendship. Sometimes teens are bullied because they don't know how to make friends. Enroll in activities that will allow you to meet peers in other environments. Bullies will often pick on someone when they are on their own. Have some friends around you. And if the bully still feels brave enough to take you all on, walk away as a group. Find a healthy outlet. Find a healthy outlet such as sports, arts, or hobbies. In addition to finding new friends, it can help you forget about the abuse. Feeling good about yourself and open up about what is going on. It can even ensure that you don't perpetuate bullying yourself. If that is not working, look after yourself. Teens who are being bullied about their physical appearances should avoid fixating on it and focus on the positive. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. Look into that mirror, and instead of seeing what people attack you for, find something you love about yourself. That 1% that you love can change the 99% that they don't like. Then again, you need to avoid situations. Bullies can be scary. If you feel intimidated, try to avoid places where you know they will be. If you're going to a function where they will be, don't. If you're sitting next to them, ask your class teacher to take you to another place where you can sit. If it means changing the class, then better. If you're on the same stream, the better. Avoiding situation doesn't make you a coward. It just makes you smart. You can also work with the bully. This is the final strategy that you need to work on. At times, people fear working with the bully. Don't forget that the bully has issues to deal with as well and also needs help from adults or even friends. Bullies often engage in bullying behavior out of lack of empathy and trust, or as a result of issues at home. So when you find yourself engaging with them, then you will be providing the soft spot. They are also looking, maybe they are looking for attention. And when you give that attention, you might be just changing the tables. I can't imagine that we are coming to the tail end of this program. What have you learned? Share your feedback and more so on topics you like us to cover more. Just share. You can share on the comment section. You can share on my social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all under Otieno Mjomba. You can also share with the Study Room TV on Facebook and Study Room TV. Now, just to wrap it up, those who have experienced bullying can have low self-esteem, which can lead to depression. And unfortunately, some teens are victims of chronic bullying occurring multiple times a week. This is more common primarily in primary and in secondary schools and can lead to missed class days. The effect of bullying can be serious in that it derails a teen's schooling, social life, and emotional well-being. Bullying hurts everyone, including the bully, the target, and the people who witness it and anyone else connected to it. So get help as soon as possible. Do report the cases to your parent, your class teacher, your guardian, or an adult you trust most to help save the situation. Keeping it to yourself is a source of developing chronic stress. It will weigh on your performance, it will weigh on your relationship, and it will weigh on your health. So act now. Remember all that we've talked about. Be on the lookout, but above all, remember to apply the strategies talked about to remain safe. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Just press the button. I've been your host, Otieno Mjomba. Until next time, bye bye.